Two men, one land. And a firestorm of power, pride, and revenge. When Sam Elliott rides into Landman Season 2, he doesn't bring peace. He brings a war. The trailer reveals a clash that's more than just oil and money. It's personal. And Billy Bob Thornton, he's not backing down. In fact, he's ready to destroy anyone who challenges him. Let's break down exactly what makes Season 2's opening so explosive, asterisk. The new Landman Season 2 trailer doesn't waste time. It grabs you by the collar and throws you straight into the dust and heat of Texas oil country. The camera pans across sun-scorched fields and massive oil rigs pounding into the ground. But something has shifted since last season. The tone is darker, the stakes are higher. And Billy Bob Thornton's face says it all. His empire is under threat. Season 1 ended with a storm. Corporate backstabbing, environmental scandals, and personal betrayals left viewers hanging. Thornton's character, Tommy Norris, had just survived a major blow to his oil company and made enemies in high places. But now, in Season 2, those enemies have names. And one of them rides into town with slow footsteps and a steel stare. That man, played by the legendary Sam Elliott, the trailer reveals that Elliott's character is no ordinary businessman. He's old school. A rancher, a fighter, and a man who doesn't believe land should be drilled dry for profits. His first lines hit hard. You don't sell land like this. You protect it. Right there, the lines are drawn. This isn't just a business fight. This is war between two ideologies, modern oil power and traditional land respect. As the trailer continues, we see a series of fast cuts. Elliott walking into a town hall meeting, the room going silent. Thornton standing on top of a drilling platform, shouting orders with oil splashing in the background. Helicopters flying over disputed land, protesters chaining themselves to fences. And deep in the middle of all this, a secret land deal that could change everything. There's a woman too, shown just briefly in the trailer, but her expression says she knows more than she lets on, possibly a connection to both men. Could she be a whistleblower, a double agent? The trailer doesn't answer, it only teases. What it does show is that both Thornton and Elliott are willing to cross lines this season. Dirty deals, old grudges, and dangerous partnerships fill every scene. One chilling moment shows Elliott's character staring down a company lawyer, saying, "Tell your boss I buried men for less." It's clear he's not just here to slow things down, he's here to burn it all if he has to. Meanwhile, Thornton's response is just as sharp. If you came to stop me, you better pack more than words. The silence between them after that line? That's the sound of war starting. Season 2 isn't playing safe. It's diving deeper into the dirt, politically, emotionally, and physically. The trailer hints at sabotage, arson, even blood. A deal gone wrong flashes by, ending in an explosion that shakes the ground. And over it all, a haunting version of an old country song plays, like a funeral tune before a storm. This season, Landman is no longer just about oil and land rights. It's about legacy, about men who built their lives around one belief, and now must defend it with everything they've got. With Sam Elliott entering the game and Billy Bob Thornton doubling down on his empire, viewers are guaranteed one thing. This fight will leave scars, asterisk. He wears dust like armor and speaks like thunder. Sam Elliott doesn't just join Landman Season 2. He takes over the screen. The trailer doesn't just tease his character. It elevates him as a mythic force, a man born from the soil, not bought by it. Every scene he's in carries a chill, like the calm before a desert wildfire. But standing in his path? Billy Bob Thornton. Smoother than oil and just as dangerous. From the first moment they appear in the same frame, the air changes. Thornton's character, Tommy Norris, is all swagger and smirking defiance. He built his empire on grit and greed, but he's never faced someone like this before. Elliott's character isn't after money. He's after justice, land, and legacy. That makes him unpredictable. And unpredictable men are dangerous in the oil fields of Texas. The trailer's centerpiece is a face-off that doesn't need explosions or gunshots, just two actors using silence like a weapon. In one tense scene, Elliott walks into a dusty old bar where Norris and his crew are gathered. The music cuts, boots echo, And with just a look, Elliott makes every man shift in his seat. When he speaks, his voice is low and heavy. I warned. You're kind before, you didn't listen then either. What follows is pure tension. Thornton rises, slow and mocking. He smiles, but there's no warmth in it. You think your name means something out here? He says, this land doesn't remember men, it remembers money. Boom, just like that, the season's core conflict is crystal clear, soul versus steel, land versus legacy, old values versus the new world's hunger. What makes this showdown unforgettable is the history between the two. Characters hinted at, not spelled out. The trailer flashes images, a burning ranch house, an old photograph, a funeral in the rain. Were they once allies? Rivals in love, family? The mystery deepens the drama. Every glare, every word, carries weight from the past. This isn't just business, it's unfinished history. Even their supporting characters seem divided. One younger oil worker is shown switching sides, following Elliott into a resistance meeting held in an old church. Meanwhile, Norris tightens his grip, hiring private security and threatening anyone who talks to the other side. He's not just fighting Elliott, he's at war with the idea of being replaced. One particularly striking moment in the trailer shows the two men in a legal hearing, both seated across a table in silence. A lawyer speaks, neither man responds. Just locked eyes, decades of hatred burning through a courtroom where law means nothing without power. Then Thornton mutters under his breath, "You should have stayed dead." The screen cuts to black. This isn't just a power struggle. It's the kind of drama that only happens when two men believe they're the last one standing between order and chaos. The kind of story where neither can back down because doing so would mean erasing everything they fought for. And in Landman Season 2, backing down means being buried. What makes this clash different is the emotional depth behind every line. Sam Elliott delivers a speech in the trailer, standing in front of a crowd of farmers and locals. This land fed your fathers, now it bleeds for their sons' greed. Not on my watch. You feel the fire in his voice, not just as a man, but as a symbol of something greater. Billy Bob Thornton, on the other hand, leans into the darkness. You think I built this with clean hands? He growls. No one gets rich without spilling something. That one line says it all. For him, the game is already dirty. It's just about who survives the mess. This is the battle that will define the season, not with weapons, but with legacy, power, and the willingness to burn it all down. As the trailer fades, we hear Elliott whisper, "Some men fight for tomorrow. I fight so yesterday doesn't die." Fade to black, asterisk, it's not just a two-man battle anymore. As Landman Season 2 unfolds in the trailer, the real shock isn't just the face-off between Sam Elliott and Billy Bob Thornton. It's the landmine of secrets hiding behind every character around them. This world is deeper, dirtier, and more dangerous than before, and the supporting cast? They're not just watching the fight, they're choosing sides. One of the most surprising returns is from Ali Larder, playing Angela, the fierce land rights attorney who once walked away from the oil game. Now, she's back, and she's not wearing a suit. She's in boots, walking straight through a protest line with fire in her eyes. The trailer shows her confronting both men, but her loyalty remains a mystery. Is she fighting for justice or playing both sides to secure her own legacy? Then there's James Jordan's character, Dale, who was once just another oilfield worker. Now he's a whistleblower or possibly a saboteur? One clip shows him in a truck, whispering into a phone. He doesn't know I have the files. Files on what? A secret land sale? Hidden chemicals in the water? We don't know, and that's what makes it dangerous. Dale could bring down everything, or disappear trying, but maybe the biggest wild card in the trailer is a new character played by Jurnee Smollett. Her role is kept under tight wraps, but the teaser gives us just enough. She's seen standing next to Sam Elliott in a standoff, then later riding alone through a desert at night, holding a folder marked Confidential, Dominion Fields. Her expression is cold, focused, and driven by something that hasn't been revealed yet. Is she a journalist? A survivor of an oil disaster? A long-lost relative of someone powerful? Whatever her role, she's not just passing through, she's about to set something big in motion. Meanwhile, the corporate side of the war is growing darker. A mysterious boardroom meeting flashes by, showing Thornton surrounded by shadowy figures, investors, politicians, maybe even foreign buyers. The voiceover says, "Control the land and you control the nation." This isn't just a Texas problem anymore. International power brokers want in, and they're willing to do whatever it takes: sabotage, bribes, and even violence. And speaking of violence, the trailer hints at something brutal. A drone shot shows a remote rig in flames. A young boy watches from a hilltop. A woman screams, but the sound is muted. This isn't just business fallout, this is personal destruction. One frame reveals a photo of a girl in a locket, covered in ash. Is this the result of corporate greed? Or something more sinister? Season 2 is expanding the Landman universe in every direction. Courtrooms, church basements, remote oil fields, bunkhouses filled with secrets, and even the Texas governor's office. Each location feels charged, like anything could explode at any moment. And behind every deal is a deeper motive. What makes this world so rich is that there are no clean heroes or pure villains. Even the side characters are layered. The trailer flashes through betrayal after betrayal, a ranch hand caught stealing, water, a deputy sheriff paid to look the other way, a preacher asking for protection money under the cross. Everyone is surviving. No one is innocent. At the center of it all, two visions for Texas are clashing. But the people around them? They're the ones who will decide how this story ends. Some want justice, some want power, some just want to survive. But all of them are tied to the land, and to the war ripping it apart. One last shot shows a group of teenagers lighting candles on a dry riverbed, silent, watching smoke rise in the distance. The narrator says, "This land remembers." That line echoes long after the trailer ends. Because in Season 2, Landman isn't just about oil. It's about memory, history, pain, and who gets to write the next chapter. Asterisk, some shows come back with a new season. Landman doesn't just return, it erupts. Season 2 isn't more of the same. It's a full-blown transformation, turning the dusty oil drama into a high-stakes war over identity, legacy, and the soul of the land. This season is bigger in every way. Deeper characters, more dangerous twists, and a world where every choice comes with a cost. The trailer makes one thing clear: Landman isn't just telling a story. It's making a statement. The wide Texas skies aren't empty anymore. They're filled with helicopters, drones, smoke, and ambition. Every frame feels like it was shot with purpose. The visuals are sharper, the editing faster, and the sound design more haunting. Distant gunshots, creaking oil rigs, whispered threats. It's cinematic from the first second, and what truly sets Season 2 apart is its emotional weight. This isn't just corporate sabotage and courtroom drama. This is about men and women standing on the edge of something irreversible. Sam Elliott's character doesn't ride in as a savior. He's not there to fix things. He's there because he knows what's coming, and he refuses to let history repeat itself. His pain feels old, raw, and real. When he says, "They'll rip this land apart and take your sons with it," you feel it in your bones. Billy Bob Thornton, on the other hand, is more dangerous than ever. But this time, he's not just facing outside threats. He's unraveling from the inside. One scene shows him alone in a dark office, staring at a picture of his father, whispering, "I did it all for you. Why does it feel like I lost?" The one moment, quiet and broken, gives his whole empire a tragic depth. But it's not just about the lead actors. Season 2 amplifies the voices of those often left behind. Native land defenders, single mothers on the edge of eviction, oilfield workers suffering from chemical exposure, teenagers caught between protest and poverty. Their stories are finally coming into the light, and they're not just background noise, they're driving the plot. It's a human story wrapped in dust, oil, and fire. Then there's the evolution of the land itself. Once a silent backdrop, now a living character. Rivers have dried, earth is cracking. Old burial sites are being unearthed. This land remembers, and in Season 2, it's fighting back. One eerie scene shows animals fleeing from an oil field while warning sirens scream in the background. Something is wrong, deeply wrong, and it's bigger than politics. The writing this season is sharper, more poetic. The lines cut deeper, the silences last longer. Every character feels pushed to their limit, like they're one breath away from breaking, and the pacing, ruthless. Every episode, based on what the trailer teases, will end not with answers, but with questions that keep you awake. Why are government satellites watching the Texas oil fields? Why is Elliott's character seen burning old maps? What's inside the locked vault at Dominion headquarters? Landman Season 2 doesn't just raise the bar, it breaks it. It's a modern Western that refuses to play safe. It dares to ask big questions. Who does the land really belong to? What's the price of silence? And is it too late to save what matters? The final scene in the trailer is pure goosebumps. A young girl stands on the scorched ground looking up at Elliott. She asks, "Can we stop them?" And he simply replies, "If we don't, there will be nothing left to fight for." That's the heart of Season 2, a battle not just for oil but for soul. And if the trailer is any sign, Landman is about to become one of the most important shows of the year.